What's going on, everyone? Hey, it's Joe here, and today I'm doing a follow-up video to the video I did for Dino Depot, where I kind of went in depth on how it all worked. Got a lot of questions, most of them related to how do we get fertilized eggs within the terminal. It's not very self-explanatory, so I'm going to show you two methods to do that. Real simple things you can do, both in single player and on the server. So let's go ahead and take a look at the situation we have. All right, so right now I have two Rexes here. We can go ahead and turn on their mating. And before we get started here, I also have an Oviraptor, and I'm gonna cryopod Oviraptor because it will pick up our eggs, and we want the terminal to pick up the eggs. So if we look in here right now, actually not in that, we need to go into the settings. I always do that. We're gonna take a look at these settings that we have on here. First thing is we want to make sure we have fertilized egg searching turned on. What that's going to do is that every so often it's going to go ahead and look at eggs within its radius of 10 right now, but you can adjust this obviously however you need. It's going to look in that radius, and it's going to suck in any of the eggs that are on the ground that are fertilized. So we'll go ahead and take a look on how that works here. We'll save and close. Let's go ahead and start these two breeding. And that's going to take a few moments. I have the mating speed turned way up for testing here, so bring you back here as soon as an egg comes out. All right, we should be getting an egg here any moment. There's our egg. So it is a fertilized egg, and it's slowly incubating. It must be in the right temperature, but we want this terminal to pick it up. We don't necessarily want it to hatch here. Still not doing it though. The reason is that out of the box, the terminal does not pick up these without a setting, or you can go ahead and put the Oviraptor in. Once we do that, it should pick up the egg here momentarily. There it goes. All right, so now the egg is actually in the terminal. So you have to have an Oviraptor in there if you're going to do egg searching. However, there is a way that you can do it without, and also one setting in here too. If you, since we're looking at this here, there's egg incubation. You can turn that off or on. That's going to incubate that egg down to 1%. So which is very handy, especially if you're using these eggs to level up creatures, you know, popping out a bunch of baby Rexes or baby Gigas and then killing them off with a creature just for the XP boost. It's very handy to incubate them down to the 1%. So now we've actually collected two of them. So again, an Oviraptor in there will allow you to go ahead and do that. However, if you don't want to have an Oviraptor in there, or now that the loud music has stopped, if you don't want to have the Oviraptor in there and you want to still collect eggs, well, there's a second method to do it, and it requires just an INI setting in your game user settings. I'll show that to you next here. All right, everyone. So the first thing that we're going to look at here, and this is a great resource for anyone that's working with Dino Depot, and that is going to the mod page on CurseForge. Link is in the description. Check it out. This has a wealth of information specifically on all the configurable options that you can do on this. And there's a lot. I mean, this thing is highly configurable. So anything you can dream of, you can almost do. So, but let's scroll down to the very bottom here, and you're going to see configurations here, and they have a link to a Google Docs spreadsheet. So we're going to go ahead and go to that right now. This right here gives us a huge listing of all the INI settings you can use within this to totally modify this to do anything you want. Highly recommend going to this, checking it out, bookmarking it, because this does change. If you can see over here in column F here, version added. Well, we got a lot of V1s, but more things were added in version 12, 13, 15, all the way down to the current version, which I think is like 96 or something like that. Yeah, I think 96 might be the current version. So this is the last stuff that was entered in. So again, we get to the point where there's a whole lot you can do with this. And they're constantly adding new things, and it just, it's a great mod for that very purpose, that you can modify it to anything you want. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and show you how to add the specific instruction in there so your terminal can pick up that fertilized egg without having the Oviraptor. So first thing is, I'm just going to hit Control F. We're going to just search for Oviraptor. Perfect. So, and we're going to find the right one. And it's going to be, there we go. Terminal egg search requires Oviraptor. Defaulted, it's set to true, so that's why that has to be in there. But if we go ahead and copy this string right here, and then the next step is we need to go ahead and open up the INI file. And I'm going to show you how to do that on a single player. It's going to be the same thing pretty much for the server. You just got to get to your INI file, depending on if you're self-hosting or if you're hosted with Nitrado or any of those other places. It's going to be done from basically your INI editor at that point. But if you are just playing single player, you can do that with a Notepad app on your computer, and you're pretty much done. So let's go ahead, and how we find that, I'm going to go ahead and open up Steam here. And here's my Steam. We're going to go ahead and hit the little gear icon over here. This works for Steam, and I'll show you Windows here in a second. Go to Manage, and we're going to browse local files. I'm going to pop that open right here, just like so. And then we're going to go into Shooter Game, Saved, Config, Windows, and you're going to see all these INIs. The one we're going to edit is going to be Game User Settings, this guy right here. I'm going to right click on it, and I'm going to go ahead and open up with Notepad++. That's a great way of actually editing any of these things. So it's a free application. You can use that, but you could also use just Notepad that's on the Windows install anyways. So we'll go ahead and open that up. So this shows all of the information that's related to my game. We're going to scroll down because pretty much the mod settings are usually towards the bottom. And if you don't have Dino Depot listed, you just need to basically make it, basically copy this text here. And it's actually, if you look right here at the very top, it's going to tell you what to put there. Just copy that right there. Plug it in there on a line. You can put a space in. Get back to Notepad++. As you can see, it's just going to be just like that. And then you're going to put in your directives. Right now I have terminal requires power as false. That's an option for you. It won't work out of the box unless it has power. So you got to have a generator nearby. You can put that in there as false, and it's going to still work then without it. But we're going to go ahead and pop in our terminal egg search requires Oviraptor. We're going to go ahead and do an equals, and we're going to put false. It's like so. And then all we have to do is go ahead and save that file. Just like that. And let's go ahead and let's see how that's done also in Windows. I do have Xbox open here, Xbox Game Pass that has Ark Survival Ascended in it. You can go ahead and get to the files here by clicking the hamburger icon, which is the ... Go to Manage and Files, Browse. And mine doesn't pop it open, so we'll have to pop it open. All right. So then we can go through Ark Survival Ascended, Content, Shooter Game, Saved, Config. Now the one difference here is on that last one, it said Windows. We have Windows or WinGDK. Same thing really. And you're going to have your game user settings right there. Edit. And then put your settings down at the bottom here. So it's pretty much how that works. I don't have anything set in here because I rarely use it. I just use it for testing. So I don't have anything set in Windows for that. All right. So the next thing is, now that we've saved that, we're going to go ahead and launch our Ark again here. All right. Now that we're back in Ark here, we're going to go ahead and take a look at this. Let's make sure. I'm going to go ahead and pull our Oviraptor out. We still have some eggs in here, which is fine. And we're going to go ahead and turn breeding on. We'll let them breed, and if all works out well, After an egg pops out, we should get it into the terminal. Bring it back when we get close. All right, we're getting an egg right now. And our terminal should grab it here any moment. And there we go. Egg is in there. Don't have an Oviraptor. Now you don't have to worry about it anymore. You don't have to have an Oviraptor in there. And you are all set. Again, all you have to do is make sure that you have the fertilized egg searching turned on. You can have egg incubation turned on optionally. Very handy, especially if you're going to use the babies as a way to level up your creatures. Go ahead and shut these from breeding because that becomes a mess. But otherwise, other than that, yeah, it's pretty much how the terminal works for egg collection, at least fertilized egg collection. There is another option in there for passive egg collection, which you can do if you have that turned on, and that might be something we cover in another video if that's something people are interested in. Anyways, hey, do me a favor. If you are enjoying this content, please do me a huge favor and hit that like button, hit subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know if you want me to give you some more tips and tricks for Dino Depot. I know it's one of the most popular videos I've had out there, and it's one of the most popular mods I think that people are using. So go ahead and let me know that. Also, I did just launch my Discord channel or Discord server, doing a giveaway on there right now, at least probably for the next 10-15 days, giving away a copy of the Reverence premium mod. So hop on in there if you want to get involved with it, and also just jamming lots of information down here. Going to be opening up our own cluster servers, which will have Dino Depot available on it to play. And yeah, anyways, until next time, have a good one.